What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. Child, Porsha really is some nerve. Listen, I've said before that I'm not on anybody's side when it comes to this Porsha and Simon divorce. But Porsha really is a trip, and I'm just so ready for this to be over, but I honestly don't think it's going to be over anytime soon. I don't think it's going to be as long as Kenya's divorce from Mark, because they had a child involved, and Porsha and Simon didn't have any children. But it doesn't look like it's going to be ending quickly, because this is just ridiculous. Now, we know that Porsha was the one that initiated the divorce. She's the one that filed. And we also know that Simon, he's had a judgment issued against him that he's been ordered to pay about 6 figures for an unpaid bill on a private jet deal. But he said he doesn't have an issue with it. It's going to be paid. Nothing to see here. Keep moving. I don't know. But according to Radar Online, she is demanding that he pay her attorney fees. And so, according to the Neighborhood Talk, she wants $50K for her attorney fees paid by Simon. And Simon's attorney is definitely not for it. On behalf of her client, Simon, of course, because honestly, she doesn't care as long as she gets her money or his. I don't know if Simon's attorney is a female or a male, but I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it's a female. I think I heard that before. So the court documents that Radar Online received says that Porsha asked the court for $50K from Simon. Her lawyer wrote, "Wife has incurred and will continue to incur significant attorney's fees and expenses of litigation to defend against husband's motion, which includes false statements and allegations, and requests that husband be ordered to pay wife temporary attorney's fees in the amount of $50K, given that his actions have caused wife to not only file her request for immediate and emergency relief, but also to respond to the instant motion." So Simon's attorney argued against her client giving Porsha the $50K in a recently filed motion. And the attorney argued that this court should deny Porsha's request for attorney's fees because she has failed to provide a statutory basis for the request as required under Georgia law. Porsha's request for a lump sum award of $50,000 in attorney's fees is not allowed by law. So, no judgment has been ruled on this yet. But listen, the only one that is, or only ones, I should say, who are really going to be on top in this situation are the attorneys. The attorneys, more times than not, wind up being on top when they are representing people that have money, okay? They're going to get their attorney's fees. And they have the right to charge whatever they want to charge. Like, that is their right. The court fees are what the court fees are, but the attorney's fees are what the attorney demands to be paid. Whatever their retainer is, hourly rate, all of that is based upon what they decide it to be. So $50,000? Like, what the hell is this is this attorney doing for $50,000? But my point is, the attorneys are going to be the ones on top that win in the situation. And then after the attorneys, it's going to be the court's decision on who's going to be the likely winner. In my personal opinion, it ultimately is going to work out in Simon's favor. Now, I'm not getting into all of the citizenship and all of that other stuff because that's a mess, and he apparently feels confident and comfortable being here in the United States, even though it was alleged and reported that he is here fraudulently. So I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with that. But so far, ICE has not come to swoop down and put him in those cuffs and take him down to deportation to take him on a flight over to Nigeria even though they know where he is. They know he is currently involved in litigation in family court, and nothing has been done with him yet. So I don't know what's going to come of that. All we can do is guess and speculate. But, girl, you filed for this divorce and you want him to pay your attorney's fees? Now, I can understand if he was laying hands on her and she didn't feel safe and she wanted to get out, but this chick is a hot mess. She filed for divorce. She wants him to pay for her attorney's fees. She wants his house that he bought before she got married to him. And even in the prenup that she wants the court to uphold, I don't believe the prenuptial agreement says that she gets to keep the house. I believe it says something along the lines of if the marriage didn't work out, she could stay in the house for either a year or two before it's sold. So it didn't say that she gets to keep the house. And if she kept the house, if that was, I would say, in the prenuptial agreement that she got to keep the house, if the house isn't paid for, would the prenuptial agreement specify that, yeah, she can keep the house, but the house has a mortgage on it. So, yeah, she can keep it as long as she can pay for it, because there's nothing in the prenuptial agreement that says that he had to keep paying the mortgage to keep her in the house. You know, so I am looking at this whole scenario and it's just like, Porsha. Why? This girl is a trip. And I go back to what I said before about her. I feel like Porsha, she just makes terrible decisions when it comes to men. Like we've seen the track record from what we've been able to see and be privy to. And I just feel like she just needs to be single for a while. I didn't say that she needs to be single for the rest of her life, but she really needs to be single, get some therapy, figure out who she really is before jumping into another relationship. I mean, she was still with Dennis when she got into this relationship with Simon. You know, she moves too fast. Candy said what I said before I heard Candy say it. Not saying that I said it first. That's not what I mean. But Candy was on Watch What Happens Live, and she was asked about Porsha. And like I said, I believe that the person who asked the question, they were just reading from the teleprompter, but Andy, with his messy self, I believe he was the one that orchestrated the question and wanted Candy to answer the question. So yeah, let's say that a viewer is asking the question. I don't think the viewer could care less about Porsha or Candy for that matter. But I digress. She does. She moves too fast in these relationships. And here she is. She couldn't even stick it out for a full 2 years, 24 months. She got to 15 and said, no, I'm done. I'm filing for divorce. And now I want you to pay for it also. Pay my attorneys. Girl, get up out of here. You better hope that things work out with RHOA and that NBC Universal deal and they don't renege on the contract. I'm quite sure they have something in there where they could weasel their ways out of it. But I don't know for sure. I'm just saying I'm thinking they possibly could, because somebody over there made a huge mistake banking on her, of all people, inking a deal with her to do scripted television shows for NBC Universal. What type of experience does she have in that? That was crazy. But I want to know what you guys think, so let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.